Okay. We got to film a transition though, because then I can't just start the next episode like we start talking. So I'm going to be like, welcome back. You know?
Welcome back to Shuttle Couch. Oh, we should do like a time machine joke.
Like, okay, like what, like how?
I don't know. Something about like Back to the Future, do not fuck your mother, it's bad. Okay, I never watched Back to the Future in full, but like, guy goes back in time and is like risen up his mother. You didn't think that's
He wasn't doing it on purpose. The mother was being rizzed up by him.
Yeah, but that just like run away, man. You know, you're gonna like retroactively like.
There was a scene where like he was like literally unconscious and she was like trying to like. Okay, anyways, yeah. Welcome back to Shuttle Couch. Yeah, we cheated a little bit and we're doing the second episode.
Yeah,
same time.
Second episode.
Or we time traveled.
Time travel.
And we're here again.
We're here again
to do the next episode.
Yep.
So that's what that is. And you're just gonna have to live with that.
So we're gonna do the intro.
I'm Eric.
I'm Mori.
And this is
Shuttle Couch. Welcome back.
And goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay, so let's talk about the big cheese mixed doubles.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's set the stage a little bit, okay? So I'm going to start by saying, like, we were talking about when we looked at men's singles and I guess, women's doubles and like men's doubles as well, right? You go to Super 1000, you look at round one, all killers, right? They're all people who can like go a few rounds, okay? I look at round one of mixed doubles here and it's very sparse, I guess is the word I'd use. Right?
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, there's like a lot of people, don't really recognize or like random pairings from like other events or just like, random Joes. And there's like half a reason for that. Okay? And that's because
a big reason.
Okay, well there's a big reason for that, and that's because there's a big power vacuum. Like it's very big and sudden.
Huge.
Just
I think biggest out of all of the events by far.
Yeah. Power vacuum. Yeah, biggest and it was like even before like a lot of the top teams left, I still kind of felt that
mixed was
very underrepresented.
I agree. Yeah.
Where it's like, the least amount of people take it seriously, I think, and like really like put effort into getting good at it, and at that like the depth, right?
Yeah.
Right? Is what I'm talking about. It's where it's like even in Super 500s, right? Men's singles, right? You go all the way to round one, still pretty stacked, right?
For sure, yeah.
But even in the Super 1000 here, for mixed doubles, you see round one just like I don't know these people.
Yeah,
like,
you can't call them no-namers because they're obviously at the
right. They're here,
but
it's like I don't recognize these names.
It feels like a revolving door of players, basically. Yeah,
kind of. So I mean that's part of the reason why the good players were so good and dominant because there just wasn't a lot of challenging talent in the day. So let's talk about it, okay? Chinese.
I think China's just too good at mixed.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with Zhang Jun and his like.
Well, they have a lot of resources, that's for sure.
For sure, yeah.
Okay, and just like with their women's doubles, like they train them very hard. Okay, like the physicality and the training, the resources, it's all there. It could also have to do with the way they structure their team, right? They just have such a volume of players that it's just like so much easier to actually make dedicated mixed doubles pairings, right? I know for
just like based on numbers alone.
Yeah. I know for some countries that like train their men and women separately, or like even a little bit, it just makes it so much harder.
Yeah, I mean, like you look at like Korea right now. There's a mixed doubles power vacuum because Kim Won-ho and So Seung-jae, which were the two top mixed doubles pair, they were both top. Well, So Seung-jae was top 5, or top 4, and then Kim Won-ho was like top 10.
Top 10, yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
They're both focusing on mixed or on men's
doubles now. Yeah,
and same with both their partners as well.
Yeah. So let's talk about the ones that disappeared. Right, Zheng Siwei, Huang Yuncheng, both retired.
Both retired. Huang Dongping and Wang Yilu.
Well, Wang Yilu retired a while ago.
Oh, we're talking about like okay. So Feng Yanze, I guess.
Yeah, Feng Yanze split. Okay.
Yep.
Jiang and Wei are relatively new, but they all have also split temporarily.
I don't know how temporary that is. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. I think it's an experiment, but we'll table that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to go back to that, by the way.
Yeah. Korean pair. You mentioned Seo and Che split.
So and Che, Watanabe and Higashino, obviously.
Higashino split. Or Igarashi, whatever you prefer.
Igarashi, yeah.
Che Yu-jung still playing mixed doubles though. With the bald guy.
Bald guy.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy is
there.
He's young.
Dude, he's kind of schmoovin'.
Kind of Saitama, just one punch man.
Kind of schmoovin'.
Yeah, he's schmoovin'.
He's like, he runs, he hits, he's fast, he's strong.
He just looks like he's like there to like play really high quality rallies.
Yeah.
And play all the right shots. He's not a fantastic smasher.
Right.
But he has like very good defense.
Yeah.
And like he just knows how to play like those nice like mid-court like rally shots. Yeah.
It is really impressive. Yeah. And he's bald.
And he looks like Saitama. Like, fucking main hero, main character energy.
Yeah, and then we were talking about Key earlier is playing with Jung, I think. I saw that.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's it might even
like
be
Jung Leun?
Yeah, who was playing with Kim's old partner.
Yeah, but then you even have like Dechapol and Sapsiri also splitting up as well.
Jung Leun and Ki Dongju.
Yeah.
They made it to round 2. Yeah.
Yeah,
and then, So
like the top 5
Thailand,
pairs from the old days, right?
Yeah.
You had the 2 from China. You had Thai pair, Japanese pair, and Korean pair. Those were like the big 5 for.
Big 5. Yeah.
I think for 5 years. Yeah. Like no. I would say 6 years.
Rest in peace, Jordan Octavianti.
Dude. Bummer.
Dude, freaking. He tried to come back for a bit.
Yeah, he
didn't really work.
Do you remember that like tear in 2019? They won Denmark Open and French Open.
Out of nowhere. Just kind of like they shit on.
They beat Jung and Huang in the final, and I was like, this guy is him.
Yeah, it's him. It's like Praveen.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was just like, you just watch him and you're just like, oh man, Praveen, not again.
Jordan, when Praveen Jordan was playing at his peak, I think he was like the single scariest player.
Dude.
Like, I think
he's strong, he's fast.
The scariest
He had some crazy racket skills too. Like the sharpest angles.
The backhand deception stuff.
Yeah, and then the angles he'd create, like, but when he's off, he's like super off.
Yeah. Dude, his smash was like terrifying.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But I kind of missed that. But let's see.
This power vacuum, I think.
Yeah, some crazy stuff. So like, well, I mean, let's we can go over them one by one. So like, China, Jiang and Wei burst onto the scene. Actually, what caught my attention was that the first 2 times that they played Zheng and Huang in tournament, they actually won. So they had a 2-0.
Oh, really?
Head-to-head.
I did not know that.
They had a 2-0 head-to-head. Although, if you go and watch that Ben Beckham video about Zheng and Huang, one of the times that they played him was kind of in their slump when Zheng was injured. So.
Oh yeah, like I wanted to plug that video for a second.
Yeah. Really great video, by the way.
I think Ben Beckman is. I mean, this is gonna sound funny coming from us two, who's like, or me specifically, who just yaps all day long. But I think Ben Beckman, he's a little bit wordy in his approach.
Yeah.
But fantastic video. He interviews Zheng Siwei and Huang Yancheng's like physical coach.
Yeah. Physio. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's some crazy stories from there. Yeah.
But a lot of really great insight about how much goes into the train. So that's why I brought up resources, right? Because like a lot of people aren't seeing that.
Yeah.
Right. They just assume like Zheng Huang, like, oh, he's just so strong, and then they're just so talented, right? It's not really. It's not. That's not the full picture, right? It's like they do have like a lot of resources backing them too. And I'm not saying that to take away from anything that they've done. I still think that they would have solidly been world number 1 without that. But they still wouldn't have been quite that dominant, right? That Olympic gold
they were
wouldn't have
the pair for like
quite that certain
7 years, I think, since 2018.
But like all that would have been slightly less certain.
Yeah,
and then the injuries and stuff, right? Like,
well, no, I mean, he says it in his video. Like, Zheng almost retired in 2021 or 2022.
Homie like fucking almost destroyed his knee. He had a partial ACL and MCL tear. No, he had like an ACL strain and a partial MCL tear, or other way around.
Yeah,
and his knee cartilage was like basically just like shit on, right? Like it was like busted, and like the physio is the one who stopped him from playing. He's like, you got to stop playing.
Yeah.
So like it would have been career ending.
Which is crazy because he didn't stop playing.
He didn't.
He still played tournaments.
Yeah.
And what's crazy to me is he was winning those tournaments. He was only practicing on court for 30 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Which is a crazy stat.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Watanabe, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Yeah, no, it's like man, I love the guy, but it's just like, you know, I think that really shows.
Talking about resources though, recently, badminton Japan has been like the Japanese Badminton Association. They've been under a lot of heat because they've been struggling financially, like horribly. Yeah.
Okay.
And Watanabe's been very outspoken. He's had to self-fund all of his tournaments recently. He's not actually part of the main national roster right now. So
yeah, that's right.
That seems like a huge fumble to me, by the way. Guy's a killer.
He's awesome. Like, put him in any event.
Yeah.
Right? Like, put him in singles.
Put him in women's singles.
Yeah. Yeah. No, really great resource. He's like probably their like best resource.
I would say is he
very standout.
Maybe not right now because I don't think he's been playing super well.
Yeah. Well, and we don't know if that's because he's just like not really training anymore too. Because like I saw him play with Maya and like on paper like you look at the stuff that they do well and it's like like they look like they're playing well, but just like all of that discipline, that consistency that he had when he was like, you know, really training with Arisa a lot, like it's not there. So like I have a feeling like he's just like not fucking training.
Yeah.
So you know, maybe through no fault of his own, like we can't fault him for that.
I mean, like I think there was a point in time where I think after Endo retired from men's doubles, he was the single best, or even when they were playing together, I think he was the single best men's doubles player, like on planet Earth. That might be a hot take because like you had people like Kevin playing, you had people. It's just like I don't know.
Yeah, but they had a perfect record against Kevin.
Yeah, like what 2019 it was 6-0.
Kevin Marcus never beat him.
Yeah, or I think they did, but like that was long time ago.
Okay,
it was like that year they beat them 6 times in a row.
Yeah,
but I think Watanabe was the single best like men's doubles player for a while, and they just couldn't find him a home, which was like really sad for me to watch. But
very unfortunate.
Yeah.
So
let's get back on topic with like
mixed doubles. So then you had other rising stars, Chen and To, right?
First round, boom.
Yeah.
Knocked out.
So they have that. Well, they made it to the World Tour finals.
That was also
crazy.
Okay, we were supposed to make a. We were supposed to do a podcast a while ago.
It was a crazy video.
Right after World Tour final.
Yeah. They got really close.
Yeah.
It was really close.
Chen and To, I think, played better than Jung and Huang the entire match. I have a feeling maybe they didn't throw on purpose, but they were like, it's their retirement game. Like, it would feel wrong to win. You know what I mean?
I have a little bit of an inkling of that. It's like, I don't know if they did it on purpose, but maybe that kind of thought that probably kind of got to them a little bit. Or vice versa. Like, Jung and Huang, like, they were like, this is our last hurrah. Like, they got a little final second wind or something.
Yeah, maybe. To me, it felt more like... And I think this is a good thing just for the narrative of Jung and Huang's like career.
I think so.
But I think like Chen and To, they could have definitely taken like more of like a side character type mentality to that final, especially towards the later half of it. Because I think they were playing better the entire time.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think in terms of like gameplay, they were actually playing phenomenally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're kind of playing like doo-doo right now.
Yeah. So you saw the article. I saw it today too. I didn't really read through it, but a little bit of tension between them.
I think it's on court tension because I think they're actually very good about communicating. I think like healthily communicating like what they want. Okay. But I think right now, just like strictly gameplay wise, I don't think they're really like aligning in terms of like what they want out of a pairing.
Yeah. Okay. I know. I was telling him before this video, both of them strike me as, kind of a little hot-headed, a little spicy, but especially To.
Especially To, yeah.
Yue is like she seems very opinionated, very like my way or the highway. Like this is what I want. This is how I want to play. This is what I need you to do. They're also one of the most momentum-based players I feel in mixed doubles. Whereas if they're playing hot, playing super hot. Yeah. And if they start tilting, they tilt really hard. Okay. So which is also not a good sign, right? You need to be a pair that like even if one of you is tilting, right, you raise each other up, right? So we saw Chen and Huang do that a lot. And I think they're an interesting pair to me because despite how good they are, I will say that I think that they have a less well-rounded skill set than a lot of the other top pairs, but it's just their strength are just, right? When we talk about rock, paper, scissors, right? It's like very strong rock, but like kind of, paper and scissors.
What would you like quantify or like, I guess qualify as their strengths then?
Yeah, great question. So To obviously is really aggressive about taking the net, and not just that, but she is like a very high risk player at the net. Like she does really crazy deceptions. She goes for those really tight shots.
Yeah.
And she's willing to like, and she does these like sometimes these like really crazy things that and like overcooks it. I think a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Right. So really, really risky play all to get those lifts. On the other hand, Chen, he like obviously likes to hit hard.
I think he's very good at hitting
He's good
hard.
at hitting hard.
Yeah. If you just look at like a silhouette of him, he doesn't look unlike Li Zijia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in terms of like
he's a very well built dude. He's got some arms, right?
Yeah.
I have a feeling a lot of females out there are very appreciative.
yes.
Of his aesthetics. Anyways, yeah, hits really hard. Has good hair.
He's a good looking dude.
He's a good looking dude.
Yeah.
And
Lady killer.
but that's also my problem with him is that like he just hits hard. He doesn't have a lot of variety. I feel personally, if you go back and watch his matches when he goes for drops, it's actually really easy to tell when he's going to drop because his whole body motion slows down to like molasses.
Yeah.
So if the other team has a person that can like read that, then like he just gets read the fuck out of. Oh, he doesn't do mid speed shots at all. He does slow drops.
Oh, like really, really floaty slow drops, or like
that get taken advantage of. So I remember during that finals that they were playing against Zheng and Huang, I was actually literally screaming at the TV, just like half smash, damn it, like slice, damn it, because he was just like, ooh, ooh, and I was like screaming at him, and then the funny thing is the next point, like one of like 3 rallies in the game, he actually half smashed or sliced it, and then they won the point off of that, and I'm just like, see.
The armchair analyst.
See, exactly, right? I was like the whole time, and then the other thing, he's always hitting straight, right? Like he just hits straight the whole fucking time, right? And again, screaming at the TV, like cross, just for once in your life, god damn it, cross.
Yeah.
And again, he just fucking does it, and he wins the point. I'm like, oh my god, should have done that 5 points ago, damn.
Yeah.
But like they have the tools, they have weaknesses, of course, but like that showed me that they do have the tools, and like with the right training and coaching and
Talking about like getting to World Tour final.
yeah. It's like the skills that they showed in that match, right? It's like they have the foundation, right?
Yeah.
I think the like they just need better, some coaching and training and practice to get that like well-roundedness, and they can be a top pair.
Yeah, and I think what you said about like Toei Way being like very like my way or the highway. Honestly, I don't even think that's a bad thing necessarily for a top level pro.
Yeah, no,
I think you need to be open to taking like criticism, obviously, in like coaching.
Yeah.
But having someone who's like extremely stubborn is probably like one of the best qualities you can, as long as like to an extent, right?
Sure.
But like, I don't know. Like if you think about anybody who's like wants to be a champion, they have to be kind of like a little bit hard headed.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that's super crazy to say. I think. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think Chun's play can be a little bit one-dimensional. I think he gets away with it because of how hard
he hits and how he's pretty fast too.
He is pretty fast, yeah.
He moves well.
I think he needs to learn more of like, deception stuff. Maybe even like do punch clears.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that would be great too.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Chun, if you watch this, hit me up.
Yeah,
I got you.
We can coach you. Yeah,
for sure.
We'll go have these.
Yeah.
But let's some other mixed doubles pairs. So the Chinese pairs, they like swap partners. Okay, Feng and Huang, Zhang Wei, swap partners.
I thought this was super interesting. So, Zhang and Wei and Feng and Huang. I think Feng and Huang, dude, honestly, just from like a pure like entertainment standpoint, funniest shit ever. Just watching Feng get totally wrecked by Huang every match. Like guy makes a few mistakes and like this woman,
him, you asshole.
This woman who's
like half his height,
like half his height, is looking up, being like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But no, I think like she has a very good point of like, I think some of the later stuff she was getting a little bit too critical of him, but like I saw some of what she was talking about, and it was just like, hey man, like you're a top level pro, you're playing with an Olympic champion for mixed doubles.
Yeah.
Like, have some fucking have spine. Like, have some confidence. Like, why are you so nervous? Like, don't be nervous. Like, play your game. You're good.
Yeah.
And when he plays well, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, no, I get it. And like, it's just it was kind of funny watching her rip him a new one every single time he make mistakes. So I think there was some change necessary.
Yeah. And I have to think that because when they first paired, they actually saw quite a bit of success. They won a few titles.
Yeah, early on, right? That was actually, it was weird when they first paired up because Huang Dongping was actually still playing. She was kind of two-timing. She was playing.
Oh yeah, playing a little bit with.
She was playing a little bit with Wang Yinli and playing a little bit with Feng Yinze. As he was like kind of getting more
getting accustomed to it. Yeah, and we're doing well. But I almost wonder if like some of the other teams like kind of figured him out a little bit.
Like know how to tilt them.
Yeah, or like just kind of figured out how to better exploit Feng a little bit.
Yeah, because like even
he's still inexperienced.
Who was it?
It's hard. Yeah.
I think I saw a badminton insight video of like Greg and Jenny playing Feng and Huang.
Yeah.
They actually did pretty well, and it was like a lot of keeping Huang in the back and keeping Feng in the front.
Right.
Like keeping them in that uncomfortable position.
Yeah.
And I think what makes so many of like the top mixed doubles pairs good right now is like if the guy's in the front, you should still be very scared.
Yeah.
I think that was very true for Dechapol and Sapsiri. I think Guo and Chen is super same. Watanabe and Higashino when they were playing together, like dude was just like always like going to the front.
So
I think like that is a lot of it is like I think watching Feng in the front, it's like very uncomfortable. Probably because he like is very tall.
Yeah.
And Huang is like not
awkward.
good from the back maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I think Huang is phenomenal. So
I agree. Yeah. But like but yeah, so Zhang and Wei. So that one struck me as a little strange though, because I thought that they were doing pretty well together. Right. What we do know is that Wei has some sort of shoulder injury or wrist injury. Right. She cannot really hit from the back.
Yeah.
But I do remember when I first saw them getting success, like Wei, super aggressive at the net.
Yep.
Like she's like one of the only female players that I could see that consistently challenged Huang Yacheng and like actually would win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like insanely hard to do.
Yeah, which is like, insane. And then Zhang, I talked to Gasper about this a little bit. Apparently China has this like national like athlete competition or something where they just take athletes and then they just measure them by raw metrics, like sprint speed, like deadlift, squat, like across the board, and then whoever does well like earns this award. Apparently Zhang is like really up there.
Okay.
Like he's just in terms of like raw specifications, he is like an extremely like good athlete.
That's interesting to me because like when I see him play, I think he's super fast.
Yeah.
I don't think he's like he hits the hard. He hits like pretty hard.
But
for me, he's like a very cerebral player. Like he just like knows where to put.
He knows where. He knows where to place it.
Yeah.
But it's just like for some reason his consistency is just a little lacking.
For
some reason,
I agree.
Like he has the right ideas, and the mental fortitude, of course, right? Just like.
Yeah, I think. I don't know, like, if you watch a lot of these BWF tournaments, especially when they first had, like, breakout success, when they first came on the World Tour, like, both Steen and Joe Clark were saying, like, or, like, I think Steen specifically was saying that he thinks that this is, like, it's a little early to say, but he thinks he's watching the next Olympic champions play.
Right.
And this was in 2021, right?
Yeah.
Or 2022.
Yeah.
Which is a crazy call, but...
I know.
I think at the time, the way they were playing, it was definitely felt like that.
Yeah.
The reason I don't think it's crazy that China is doing this is because they've actually done it before. If you remember back to, it was actually with Zheng and Huang.
Yeah.
Zheng Siwei made it to world number 1 without Huang Yacheng first.
Yeah.
He made it to the top with Chen Xingchen.
Chen, yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, and Huang, I think she was like floating between 2 and 5, but she was a very, very good player with Lu Kai. They decided to split up 2 perfectly functional, I would say, partnerships and make like, I don't know, fucking Frankenstein's monster.
Right.
So I think even if it's temporary, there's still going to be a lot of positives out of this. Like
I agree.
Both players are going to learn a lot.
I agree.
Yeah, I think the one to look out for, I would say, is Feng and Wei. I'd be more inclined to say that they're going to go far compared to the other two. So
yeah. And then you have Guo and Chen.
Yeah, let's talk about Guo and Chen for a second.
Yeah, crazy. Like kind of a little out of nowhere.
Are they two lefties or is it a lefty and a righty?
It's lefty and righty. Guo is
left-handed, right? And Chen is
Guo's
right.
left-handed. Yeah. Because I remember, like beginning of 2024, kind of. I don't think anyone knew who this pair was. And then they had some small breakout performances. I remember watching. Guo is the one who impressed me first.
Me too.
Because someone asked me last year, who do you think the smartest players in mixed doubles are? And then like Watanabe is like obviously going to be an answer. Seo Seung-jae is kind of smart.
I think Seo Seung-jae is smarter. Maybe, yeah.
Than Watanabe?
Maybe.
Really? I wouldn't say so.
I think Watanabe has to use it more because he's smaller.
Okay. Oh, that's what you mean. Okay.
Yeah. But I think Seo Seung-jae doesn't show it off as much because he's 4 inches taller and has like he can hit quite a bit harder because of that. Yeah,
so he just doesn't have to use it as
but I
much.
think when you watch solo play men's, you can see doubles, you can see the cogs turning, man.
Okay, that's fair.
Guy's a thinker.
But yeah, and then this is when Guo was still up and coming, but I was just like, you got to watch out for this guy. Like, I
totally agree.
You know, was it Guo Shenhua? I don't know.
Yeah, we're glazing him. We don't even know his name.
Yeah.
Guo
Shenhua. Yeah, okay, so I was right. Okay.
A little bit about that, yeah, actually. Like when, after the Olympics, when Watanabe and Higashino broke up, and then Watanabe and Taguchi started playing together, it was definitely like a dismal performance from Watanabe and Taguchi. But they played Guo and Chen in one of the, I think it was maybe a China Open?
Oh.
They got bodied.
Wrecked. They got absolutely wrecked.
But like the way, dude, I thought, when I was watching them, I was like, I'm watching two Watanabes play each other.
Yeah.
And Guo plays very similarly to like prime Watanabe. Yeah. Like super creative left-hander.
Very fast on his feet.
Super fast.
Very willing to rotate forward.
And just like even the way he does his drop is very similar. Like he has that like iconic like stop drop where you're like, oh, okay, that's happening.
Yeah. He also, similarly to Watanabe, he like sometimes overcooks it. Like when he was still up and coming, I remember like their weaknesses, right? He like overcooks it, and then Chen was just like Chen is. I wouldn't say there's anything super special about her. She's just like a very high spec female player.
I would say she was like the reason why they won All England is because she showed up.
All England specifically.
Yeah, right? Because before she didn't feel like she was ever dragging them down, but it also felt like she was very like lackluster.
Right.
Whereas when I watched Huang and like Zheng Siwei and Huang Yashong play, like Huang is just like
making plays happen.
She just
all the time
knows where they're gonna hit it before they hit it, and she's there.
Yeah.
And then she's always getting lifts for her
so for Guo and Chen, that's the unique thing about them is like Guo is the playmaker.
Yeah,
right? He's the one making things happen
for sure.
And Chen is there to make sure the rally stays a rally and like to capitalize on things, right? So I would go as far as to say she's NPC plus plus.
NPC plus plus.
Right. This is like like it's like for a female player, especially in the All England, it was very high spec. Like she didn't do anything crazy, but just very fast, very strong. Did everything she was supposed to do.
Sure.
And then Guo was little sugar and spice.
Yeah, I'd say a lot of sugar and spice.
A lot of sugar and spice, and they performed really well. Like I really can't say that I have any complaints.
No, I can't either. I mean, I think. Like I typically don't root for China, because like I'm half Japanese, half Taiwanese, so it's just like it like baked into my blood. I can't.
Yeah.
A little political humor for you. Yeah. No, the big thing is like I don't really like rooting for like the dominant. Like I like an underdog a little bit. I think everybody likes an underdog.
I think so.
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
But like Zheng and Huang were definitely like the pair that like broke me out of that, and I was like, these guys are cool. So like them and Watanabe were my favorite pairs, and then Watanabe Higashino. But this new pair, especially Guo, I'm like, dude, this guy's crazy.
Yeah. We're just gonna forget that tournament where they
like lost to Chen and To.
Yeah, like was it 11 straight match points?
I think it was 11-20. They had match point on the second set, threw all 9 match points,
and then they lost the third game.
They lost 23-21 and then lost the third game. It was like watching the Titanic sink.
It was pretty awful.
In the modern era. Yeah, it was horrible.
But they won All England, so...
Dude, to me, I think All England... Like, this is my personal bias. I think All England is the most important... It's the tournament I look for every year. It's All England.
It's a big one. Yeah.
I don't even know if I'd put world champs that high.
I mean, it's just another tournament.
The only reason I say that is because world champ, I think typically has a draw of 128 or 60. It's huge.
Yeah.
You have a lot more of those like kind of like quote unquote like shitter players.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of like, as an American, I see a lot of Americans in there. I'm like, go America, but then they get like first round bodied.
Yeah.
Or like you get like some like island nation with like 10 people and one of them happens to play badminton and they just have to be represented.
Right.
And they have to play Jung and Huang first
Yeah.
set. Boom.
Yeah.
Just get like wrecked.
Yeah. Just absolutely wrecked.
Yeah. I think stuff like that, for me, kind of ruins world champs a little bit, but yeah.
You want to talk about USA though? Mixed doubles is one event where
Vincent Chu.
they actually do
Jenny Guy.
not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vincent Chu and Jenny. Although Presley and
who's he playing with? Allison? Is he playing with Allison?
yeah, no, but the recently in the brackets I've seen that they've switched it up. So Presley's been playing with Jenny actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed that. I don't know about this tournament.
They didn't.
Did they play
I don't
this
think
one?
they played. No.
Okay.
I didn't see them. I would have remembered. I think.
Yeah.
I did see that the women's doubles made it out of first round of All England, which I was very like stoked about. I was like, let's go America.
Oh yeah, no, they're really good though.
To be fair, they did play
oh
kind
wait,
of like
what? Wait, why is she playing with?
Yeah, Jenny Guy was playing with Francesca Corbett, not Allison Lee.
Yeah.
Or Allison Lee wasn't playing with Francesca Corbett.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
They made it out of first round, which is like,
Dude, that's awesome.
it's really cool. USA.
That's a pretty respectable score line too.
Yeah, and this is not a bad pair. Iwanaga and Nakanishi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's awesome.
But yeah, man, I think kind of what you were talking about. There's like two things. I think seeing, especially like watching American mixed doubles at the Olympics, I think I was very impressed with how they played. They were also in like the hardest group. They had to play against Chun and To, Feng and Huang.
Yeah.
I forgot who else is in their group, but those two alone is just like, dude, get the
This
fuck
is
out of
fucking
here.
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's like famous clips of them just like having the craziest rallies with Feng and Huang.
Yeah,
It was really impressive.
for
honestly.
sure. Yeah. So I think they're on the up, but I think, like you were saying, like I think mixed doubles is like if we're gonna like make a name for ourselves, I think
gonna
mixed
be
doubles
that.
it's a good place to
Yeah.
start.
Yeah. So. Yeah, it's always tough though, right? It's like,
I was talking to Jacob about this, Jacob Zhang.
Yeah.
And he mentioned that he thinks in the next or I could totally be butchering this. Sorry, Jacob, if I'm butchering this. But I think we'd spoken like 2 years ago about this, but he's like, in the next like 10 to 15 years, he thinks that there's going to be like some major breakthroughs in terms of like top 10 players from the US, which I think would be sick.
yeah.
Judging from how people are playing right now, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
10 years is not super long when you think about like like
I don't
how
think
long
so.
like
but
careers are, but
yeah. Like that short of time, I'm not sure. I can definitely see 20 years though.
20
for
years,
sure.
yeah, for sure.
Because like a lot of the people, including top players currently in the US, will probably have kids by then.
Yeah,
And, like they put those kids through the pipeline.
For me, what I think the U.S. needs, and like obviously I'm not a top level player. I've never been a top level player. I don't know what the infrastructure looks like, but I think like U.S. in general, like in a lot of things, is just like very independent. Like, oh, it's like my thing is the best thing.
Yeah.
And I see this a lot in like I feel like gyms around like even the Seattle area. It's
Yeah,
like
they
oh
all have
my
their own
my
way.
school is the best school.
Yep.
And I don't want to learn anything from other schools.
Right.
I think we need to make it like more collaborative and more competitive.
More collaborative, yeah.
Yeah. So
Or
like
it's there's no central
make it
organization.
like feed into like, and this there has to be I think like some level of like government like funding and like organization because otherwise it's hard to feed like different organizations into like one
one body
like feeder system,
or even have the financial support.
Yeah, but I think like the way China has it set up is just like, dude, if you don't play your best and you don't qualify for this tournament to like make this team or whatever, like there are 50 dudes behind you who are just as good, just as hungry, and they will take your spot like that, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think like enough players here like have, like I don't think we don't have enough players to do that yet.
Yeah.
But I don't think like enough players are like hungry enough, like
Yeah.
they're all just like, oh, I do this as a extracurricular,
Well, I mean, that's also hard when you have to work a full-time job while you're trying to make it, right? You know, so
it's it is tough. I think we need like. America's big on corporate greed. Why don't we just get a little corporate greed into badminton? You know, like
that's what that's what I'm saying. It's like we hold corporate tournaments apparently in the Bay Area and stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's just like cool. There's a lot of money there. There must be. Oh wait, was it who's it? Fucking Linus from Linus Tech Tips. He opened the fucking badminton gym.
He did. Whenever I go to
hilarious.
Canadian tournaments, I always see like. There are some. He has like Linus Tech Tips like jackets.
What universe are we living in here? But yeah, like all it takes is just one of those billionaires getting into badminton, starting an organization. Just like hey, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, if you're watching this.
Preferably, like I don't want anybody like
not Elon Musk.
Gross, yeah, like Elon.
Not that guy.
I'm gonna fucking go play pickleball if you decide to come into my sport.
Yeah.
I might just move to
the Zuck.
Yeah, Zuck would be a little. It would cringe.
Be but like I don't know. He has an Asian wife, right? Like he probably has been exposed to badminton.
I don't know. He's just. Like, my social credit score is gonna go down after this.
I mean, beggars can't be choosers. Like we wouldn't.
Exactly.
Choose your billionaire. We totally have a.
We need more corporate greed.
Yeah.
Maybe I should. Yeah. Maybe we should go try to campaign.
Yeah.
With the billionaires,
well,
like, hey.
So press the doorbell. Hey, like we're selling knives.
Knives.
Yeah.
What?
You know the Cutco pyramid scheme, like the door-to-door knife selling. Okay, whatever.
Are you threatening people with the knives you're selling?
No. It's just like advertising, like these, like hey, buy these knives. Yeah, it was just like a pyramid scheme that was like kind of popular when I was in high school.
Like credit
totally up for grabs.
Credit to like Go and Lie, for playing so well.
Amazing.
Recently, but also the fact that the number one seed is like a very strange thing. You know what I mean?
Wait, they were seeded first?
They've been seeded first for a while.
Okay.
Okay,
that kind of...
It's because there's no one else.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Then they have the most points, right?
Yeah, and like... I mean, I think Feng and Huang were number one, but then they split up too, so they can't have the most points.
Yeah, actually... Okay, no. The weirder question I have is like, how are Jiang and Huang seeded fifth, even though they have like no tournaments together?
I don't know. Maybe they were just like, you guys get a free pass.
Because like normally you'd have to just work your way up, right?
Yeah.
Or did they play something else and win something else? I don't remember.
Maybe there's a rule if like you're.
No, but like fucking like Seo Sung Jae and Kim Won Ho like had to work their way up from the bottom too. Like every other
dude, can you imagine being the poor like actual seeded person who has to play like the unseeded Kim and
I mean that's happened a lot recently because of like all the
BS
stuff, or like Dechapol and the I can't pronounce her last name, the Jomko's old partner. Yeah.
Let's just call her by her first name.
Because they won like a small title this year already.
What? It was Malaysia Open.
Oh, it was Malaysia. Okay, sorry. Like... No, I was thinking of the 300. No. Yeah, they won.
No, they did. I think they did win a...
Okay.
Dude, talking about that for a second. Dechapol, while he was playing with Sapsiri, I thought he was just like a normal dude who would go to the front a lot, and then Sapsiri would just be like... just be in the back to like pick up all the pieces. With this new partner, Dechapol is like forced to play more in the back, and this guy's like a demon. Like he's just hopping from one side of the court to the other.
Oh yeah, no. He's like like a little rocket ship. Yeah, exactly.
No, he's so fast. He's using a different. Talk about rackets a little bit. He's gone from like the beta male Arc Saber 7 Pro that I use to like an 80D Pro, which is like Dechapol. That's against your brand, bro.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Exactly. What happened to your? And before that, he was using. Oh, he used Door 10 LT before that.
Door 10 LT? Yeah.
Which Sung Sui also used, actually.
Yeah, before he switched to 11 Pro.
Yeah.
And then Dechapol went to 7 Pro.
7 Pro, yeah, no, they
yeah.
The divergence happened.
Yeah, that's where
one of them's using the forehand side of the Dora, and then the dark side uses the backhand side.
No, I really like the Door 10 LT.
You broke one, right?
I broke several.
You broke several?
Very sad. I don't know how. Bad at the sport.
Yeah.
I broke. Oh, I was playing with Chanmi's Voltric 70 E-Tune the other day. I was the most. Oh, by the way, I'm not gonna name names, but I'm so sorry to whoever had to play with me on court that day. I remember who you are, but I'm not gonna say. I had a little bit of an episode. I was so tilted that I smashed, and I think I just mishit so bad on the frame that the racket just popped.
Wow.
Yeah, I just broke the.
Youch.
And then it was match point. I lost, and then I just like threw it on my bag, and I just like stormed out of the gym to like go cool off because that was awful.
Okay. Goodbye.
Subscribe, share with your friends.
Oh yeah. I guess you could subscribe.
You don't have to.
You don't really have to.
I don't know if I'm subscribed.
I don't know.
To be honest.
Why are you watching this?
Eric, are you subscribed to this channel?
Am I subscribed to my own channel? I don't even think. Wait, I am.
Like with your personal?
Yeah, I am. I am.
Okay.
I wasn't for a while, but no, I am now. Yeah. You don't have to.
Cool.
Why are you still here? Like, this is like so boring.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. You have too much time on your hands. Go touch grass.
Touch grass.